treasurer was just 23,000.
Well, hold on here, okay, so remember, this is by cost center, so if you go to your line item sheet, you can see all of the accounts, so in supervisor, there's 10,3 for the wage line, and then we have $100 for supplies and $100 for mileage. Yeah,
That's what I was looking at.
so all of those bold totals on the line details should feed right into the summary by cost center. And then you can kind of check the grand total at the bottom as well. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion that we adopt the resolution for the 2024-2025 budget resolution and general appropriations act. Is there support for that? Motion has been made and supported. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, roll call. Myers?
Yes.
Rushmore?
Yes.
Clerk Hubbard, yes. Burnwald?
Yes.
Motion passes. Next item. But you guys have your next item as 2024-2025 bill pay. I can't find my regulars. 2024-2025 post-audit bill pay and paycheck dates. So I'm going to make a motion to allow the clerk / treasurer to pay the board regular payroll, the planning commission, zoning board of appeals, and board of review compensation, and regular recurring utilities prior to the next board meeting. So we typically, there's certain recurring expenditures that can be paid out, and then they call it post-audited by the board after, it would come to us after it's been paid, and that's typically what is done here. So, I'm making that motion to authorize, clerk and treasurer to pay those recurring expenses. Is there support for that? Support. Motion's been made and supported. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. And then, this has been a discussion, work in process of getting it so that we are paying our payroll at the end of the month after the work is done, and not at the start of the month before the work is done. So, this is something that, I would like Blaine to work on next month. But I want to go ahead and make a motion to make the last business day of the month the pay date for regular payroll, beginning with the August pay period. That gives us a little bit of time, and I think everybody's on board. We can give plenty of notice to the few employees that we have. Is there support for that?
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. And just a quick note on payroll, one of the things Blaine, I'm gonna, I think she's gonna come to our next meeting to give her report. She's wrapped up most of the stuff on her proposal. She's still got a few loose ends. But one of the things she had reported was some pay that should be, the board members are doing things outside of their regular statutory duties, that it needs to be run through payroll as opposed to a vendor check. So that'll be something we'll let her report on. Moving on, next item is the 2024-2025 meeting dates. That's number 6 on your list. So I'm proposing that we change our regular meeting dates to the second Monday of the month to give the clerk and treasurer more time to get a clean cutoff of the bank statement and get reconciled. And just not, it seems like we always are, working around a holiday that happens near the start of the month. So I've gone through in that resolution and listed out all the dates for our regular meetings. And I had further proposed that we change our meeting time to 6 o'clock p.m. Anybody, I guess before I make a motion, does anybody have any thoughts on that?
That doesn't, I think that's good. It doesn't interfere with anybody's work schedule.
regular meeting schedule with meetings to be held at 6 o'clock. Is there support?
Support.
Further discussion?
Do you think you should add one in at the beginning of June? Not good the last 2 years for a workshop, or just like
Well, let's wait and do a special meeting, that way when it gets closer, we can kind of
pick a date?
pick a date. But yeah, I like having that for sure. But this would just be our regular meeting schedule, which we'll need to get this posted. We have so many days to get it posted once we approve, so. Any further discussion?
I don't see, we don't have in here the time for what we're looking at. Is that something we add in here, or?
No, I didn't, it doesn't have the time in here, but I think as long as Dutch writes that in my motion, we should be okay. And I just realized that I'm gonna have to cross Todd off, as I had him as present on all these resolutions, so we'll just cross it off. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, Myers,
Yes.
Rushmore,
Yes.
Burnwald,
Yes.
Clark Hubbard, yes. Last thing under new business is 2024-2025 board liaisons and roles. So right now, we have Burnwald as the planning commission liaison. We have, myself, Clark Hubbard, and Burnwald as the roads liaison. Myers is doing the land splits. Clark Hubbard is the legal, liaison, with the attorney. And Lincoln is the FOIA coordinator.
Is he also the fire?
Or,
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the township.
yeah. I don't think they usually. I guess I was gonna make a motion to keep it the same for 24-25, but now that we don't know necessarily what's, for now, I guess we'll keep it, and then, well, that's my motion for now, and if we have to change it, we have to change it.
We could just table that.
You wanna table it?
Let's table that.
Yeah, we'll leave it the same for now and table. Table to next meeting, whether that's is a special meeting or the next regular meeting, we'll determine later. And then, you have that for summary again, I lost mine. Okay, that brings us to, yes, so I'll read this letter. Stated June 14th, 2024, Cato Township Board members. It has been my honor to serve the citizens of Cato Township in many capacities over the last 5 decades, but I feel that it is time for me to transition toward retirement. I am tendering my resignation of the office of Township Clerk on June 17th, 2024, respectively Todd Lincoln, Clerk. I noticed it does not say an effective date in here, for one, it just says it's tendering the resignation, does not say effective. So my feeling is we table this, at a later date to be determined, and one, see what he's proposing for an effective date, and, two, see this close to an election, you know.
Correct.
I don't even know what we would do if we accepted that, so I think my feeling is we table this, at a, next meeting to be determined whether we have to call a special meeting or our next regular meeting. Anybody have any?
Support.
I don't think we need to vote on it, I think I just I appreciate the support, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
agree, there's no effective date on there, we're right in the middle of an election coming up in 6-7 weeks? So that really.
Yeah, and these deadlines, I mean, I don't know if we have any military and overseas voters due June 22nd, and this June 27th, so, yeah, we need to talk, so, we will table that, and I will reach out to Todd and, see what his plans were as far as, an effective date, and we as a board, have the option to not accept it, and, he's just fill out the position. So, that's what we'll do. I think that was the last item on the agenda. Anybody else have anything else? Okay, then we will open up our last public comment, period.
Jenny Town, Cato Township. I think you're doing the right thing of not accepting this resignation, because I was appointed a deputy in June 4th, and I have yet to get into the QVF system, which is the qualified voters system. It's not an overnight process, and there's no help through the county. There's nobody that she can appoint for us to come in to help us. So it's like a matter of like finding people to help us. So I think you're doing the right thing, because I think it'd be a terrible injustice to the township if he left this county, or left the township at this time. Cause it's a big deal, and there's just not the help out there, and it doesn't happen overnight. Like, I just spent all day sitting in a training with the state and MTA on different things with the new elections. So it's just not a good idea to accept it at this point. So that's just my gut feeling that's my feelings on that. And I also have another question about the brining of the roads. I know that the county said that they made a mistake and only brined one lane, or like a one swipe pass, but did they also tell you that they didn't do all the county roads, or all these township roads? Cause I can list 2 roads that they never even hit for the one single brining.
If you're talking about Ferry and Birchshire, I was
Mhm.
told by Mark Christensen that they did go back out and do that.
They did go back out to do it? Okay, good, cause I didn't have any information that they'd gone back out to do it or not. But they didn't do it originally, so that was my only question. Well, it wasn't really a question, it was a statement, so.
Okay. All right, thanks. Anybody else? I think Matt was first.
So,
State your
I-
name, please.
Matt Hubbard, Cato Township, I'll go a little off on what Jenny said, and I agree not accepting that, because he has a statutory duty and he was sworn into oath, if I'm not mistaken, that he still has to fill out that term if the board does not accept his resignation, so he does have a statutory duty, so I commend you guys on that, so.
Jamie?
Jamie, Cato Township. I third what they said, and also thank you guys so much for everything you do. You guys work your butts off, and we really do appreciate it.
Anybody else? Ginger?
Ginger in-law, could the clarification on the meeting dates change? When does that take effect?
Our first meeting would be, do they have it right, July 8th
Okay,
would be our first meeting. And we'll have to get this to the,
at 6 o'clock.
yeah. Get it to on the calendar and the website, and the window, and the library.
And thank you for all you do.
Yes, it's been a lot of work.
Yep.
Anybody else? All right, we'll close that public comment, and is there a motion to adjourn? Nobody wants to. Is there support for that?
I support.
Okay, motion's been made and supported. Further discussion, hearing none, all in favor? Aye.